Welcome to 5 Minutes with Franza. I'm your host, Dr. Thomas Franza. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to use Microsoft Outlook to configure your signature. Your signature is something that can appear at the bottom of each email. It's good to have a clean signature that allows your reader to find another way to get back in touch with you, possibly other than email. Okay, so in this episode, all we're going to do is configure the signature. Pretty straightforward, simple, clean. I will be using Outlook 2013, but the steps are pretty similar for Outlook 2010. With that being said, to create a signature in Microsoft Outlook, first things first, we start at Microsoft Outlook. Of course, we have to have had Microsoft Outlook configured. If you get prompted for a password, you can simply enter it. In this case, there we go. So you may need to enter your domain. If you're not sure what that is, just ask your network administrator. But there you go. You could also click the remember, and it won't ask you for that again. Now that we're in, to get to our signature, we click on File. Once again, I'm using Outlook 2013. For 2010, it's similar. These pictures will look a little different. But we go from File to Options, and it's also under Options in 2010. I click on Mail. And just so you know, in case you never got your initials or name right, you can get that there too. But in this case, we go to Mail. We click on Signatures. Okay, you see I don't have a signature, so I want to create a new one. I'm going to call this Default. And once again, it helps if you can spell. Okay, you create the information you want here to save me the typing, and then I save it. Now, for any new messages I create, it's going to use this as the default password. If I reply or I forward something, I may not want something so elaborate. I want something more simple. So in that case, maybe I just want that. So I'm going to copy that, and then I can create a new one, and I'll call it Replies. Doesn't have to, you can call it anything you want. I'm going to call it Replies. I'm going to just include the short information, and then I'm going to save it, and I'm going to apply that to my replies or my forwards. So if I'm replying to somebody else's email, rather than having my whole big, huge, more formal email signature, I'm just going to have a smaller abbreviated one. Okay, and that's it. I now click OK, OK, and now whenever I send a new email, boom, there it is. If I reply to somebody's email, then I'm going to get the abbreviated version. So let's just close that. So if I had that and I said reply, you see, now it gives me the shorter version. And that's all there is to it. There you have it. Now you can have not just one, but multiple signatures depending on what you're doing using Outlook 2013. Remember, you can do these with 2010. It's pretty similar. And even with the Mac client, you have to dig around a little bit more. Well, I hope you found this episode of 5 Minutes with Franza useful. Once again, I'm your host, Dr. Thomas Franza, and thank you for watching.